The RBI's policy on foreign exchange risk management has remained consistent over the last few years, and there is no change in the policy approach. That is what I want to emphasize at the outset. So in 2008, when exchange-traded currency derivatives were introduced for the first time, they were introduced under the aegis of the Foreign Exchange Management Act, and the regulations of FEMA clearly stated that ETCDs are for hedging only. And when you state that, it implies that you must have an underlying exposure. In 2014, the RBI, to promote the ease of doing business, provided a relaxation in the sense that while you must have underlying exposure, up to 10 million of that exposure, you need not produce documentary evidence of it. Since then, over the next few years, that limit was raised to 100 million just to provide an incentive for market turnover and to expand the size of the market. But the moot point is that it is only for hedging, and underlying exposure is a mandatory requirement. The January 5, 2024 circular was in pursuance of a commitment made in the monetary policy statement of December 2023, in which we said that there are all these stipulations all over the place. We will bring it together into a master direction. And the January 24 circular was a master direction. It just reiterated what has been there since 2014. So there was no change in that. Now, some market participants have been misusing this to understand that a relaxation in documentary evidence is tantamount to no underlying, which is not the case, and that is a violation of the law. I don't know if Governor wants to add.
No, just I want to supplement by summarizing what the Deputy Governor said, is that there is no change pursuant to yesterday's circular or even earlier. There has been no change in RBI's policy. This policy of this need to have an underlying has always been a part of RBI's policy for last so many years. So there was no change. And this is something which every market player knew. You cannot say that this is something new. If you read the circulars, past circulars very carefully, it has been always there. So therefore, if somebody says it is new, it is not correct. I would like them to refer to the circulars. And in fact, that is the purpose for which we issued the circular yesterday. Just to, because there was some kind of a narrative was building up in certain quarters, we wanted to make it very clear that there is nothing new. This has been the requirement all along. Market players knew about it. It is a part of FEMA regulation, the need for an underlying. And all that we have done is to sort of issue this circular, and there was also a question, or maybe there is a possible question, what was the need for extension? Let me preempt that and say that we received feedback and requests from several market participants that they need more time. The earlier circular was issued the master direction was issued in January. And let me also say why the master direction was issued. In the December monetary policy, statement, the regulatory and the developmental part of the monetary policy statement, we had very clearly said that a comprehensive master direction would be issued, and the master direction was issued in January, first week of January, and it was said there very clearly it takes effect from 5th of April. So everything was crystal clear. But because of requests which we have received, and because of the kind of narrative which was being built up as if it's something new, what we did is to just reiterate the earlier position and say that it is nothing new. It has been always there. And number two, because of requests which we received from several market players that they need more time, we extended the time for the implementation of that January circular. So instead of April 5th, we have now made it 3rd of May.